pleasant morning to each and everyone. Secretary General Dr. Ivan Anthony Henares, Ms. Len Barrientos, Ms. Michelle Dulay, and all our distinguished members of the National Commission of UNESCO Philippines, my co-board of directors in the National Coordinating Body of UNESCO Clubs in the Philippines. I'd like to take this opportunity to please bear with me if I'm not present at this very point because I also had my administrative obligations to my university, De La Salle Araneta University. I would like to take this opportunity to share with you the history of the legal committee's work with regards to the accreditation, permits, and all pertinent documents with regards to the NCBUCP. Please allow me to reiterate with you how the NCBUCP started in 2018 and how we've been guarding its legal documentation and accreditation with regards to the legality of this organization. Sometimes in 2018, it was promulgated by the former NAUCP that a new name for the organization shall be adopted, and hence we came up with the name NCBUCP, and that has been submitted to SEC in 2018, the early years of that particular year. And before in December, we followed it up with Miss Kate Hipolito, with all the other five incorporators, which Dr. Serafin is one of those, myself, and the other members who have now been inactive in the organization. With the same year, myself as the Secretary General of the NCBUCP have worked onto the other permits and legal documents of the NCBUCP, thus follow our BIR, which we applied in Pasay, also followed by our business permit, the barangay permit, and all other permits, including, of course, the permits of the UNACOM that we may be able to use the temporarily the address of the UNESCO at the DFA building so that we'll be able to get our permit in Pasay City Hall. So since then, rather after having been granted our permits and accreditation from SEC, so we work on to the taxation of the NCBUCP. So on the first year of 2019, we've been cleared at the BIR, and the financial report had been shared during the 2019 Assembly or Youth Convention in Pampanga. And then come 2020 is another work for me to work onto the business permit and all other pertinent documents so that we may continue the operation and as far as the legality of law is concerned. But so happened in 2020 came the pandemic, and so everything has been put into halt. Everything has been stopped momentarily. So the government had given all organizations, business entities, corporates, industries to have an ample time to work on their business permits and other pertinent documents because of the effect of the pandemic. And so in 2021 came back the skeletal force or the skeletal workforce of the government. So we continued on to securing our business permit at the Pasay City Hall with their one-stop shop of the permits and all other pertinent documents that has to do with running the business. And so I remember my experience at that time that I used to stay at the Coneta Astrodome up until 12 midnight in the morning. It's already morning of the next day because of a lot of people that has been renewing their business permits at the Pasay City Hall. And so we then secure our business permit. And I'd like also to reiterate that in 2018, we were able to secure our official receipts at the BIR after having been getting all the pertinent documents from SEC and from other agencies of the government, such as the SSS, PhilHealth, and all others that are necessary for the establishments of the organization, whether the NCBUCP is a non-stock non-profit organization. So we see to it that we work on all of this matter. Now in 2022, we've decided that with regards to the financial aspect, because the BIR has been asking us to provide them the financial statement, which we may not be able to do. Of course, we can do the financial statement, but when it comes to the balancing and the flows of cash that has to be certified by the CPA, we cannot do that because we're not authorized to do that. So that was the time that we look for a CPA, for an accountant to be our legal counsel when it comes to the taxation, so that we can uh, we can follow the mandate of the BIR. And so we hired Mr. James Dane Adayo, a CPA, to work on our financial statements. Thus, in 2022 of December, we were able to present at the plenary of the Youth for uh, UNESCO Convention our financial statement, which has been accepted, received at the BIR office of Pasay. And so goes the story. And now, at the moment of 2023, we had our new taxation received by the BIR. Of course, that pertains to the year 2022. And the last year, a BIR release or accepted documents pertains to the 2021 taxation of the NCBUCP. Hence, I am very honored to say that the legality of the organization has been guarded, and we've been really assured that everything has been running legally and smoothly. Now, we are facing another leap of the organization because of the mandate from the international UNESCO chapter came down to the national chapter with regards to the change of name of the organization, because we should have not been using anymore UNESCO club directly because it implies something, whatever is the reason of that. I'd like also to reiterate that it is very important, according to our legal counsel, that we have to have the complete provision of that particular document so that he can work it out properly with regards to SEC, because the SEC is asking for legal documents, pertinent documents that will suffice the reason why we need to change the name of the organization again, because it is not declared naman as naturally dead, because we are running smoothly. So we really have to prove that the change of name is a mandate from the National Commission of UNESCO and also from the International uh, UNESCO chapter. So, with regards to that, our council would like us to provide these documents, also a legal letter from the National Commission of UNESCO that will suffice the 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 requirements of the SEC so that we may be able to change our names. This aside from this, there are also other pertinent documents that our legal counsel would have to do, including the publication, if it's necessary, of the change of name of the organization, should there be any legal implications. So that has to be settled first by the SEC before we'll be granted with our new name. And it takes time, it takes a lot, and it takes money, of course, to be able to do that. So, with that, with regards to our financial status, cash flows, and all of that will be discussed by our treasurer, Mr. Norman Mirabel, and all other necessary documents that we needed that can be shared by one of our newest board members, Attorney Alex Nepomuceno. Thank you very much and good day, everyone. See you soon.